everyone, welcome. I am Toddette from Geistproof. Toddette from Geistproof. So I want to bring attention, Margaret, if you click on Friday, 6/20. So that's Friday this week. The plan is that, well, it didn't really work, but what we're doing is we are channeling automatic. We're going to be using automatic. Me and Jacob Taylor, assuming you guys haven't started a fire. The problem is, so here's what happened. We were doing a test on Friday, and I realized I wasn't nearly as beautiful as Todd is, right? So it's like, oh my God, he's not so beautiful. And it's even, I want to be more beautiful than Nick. So what happened is that we tried to use the automatic and it didn't do. In fact, I'm still not clear what we did. Maybe we pressed the wrong button, but we didn't understand what we're doing. So the idea was that I have a theory that automatic won't work really unless you're channeling Todd Geist from Geistproof. And so I have the hair. This is like legit no shit hair. Jacob Taylor's going to have the hair. We're going to be doing this. I put the hair on. Then we tried automatic a second time. I'm not making any of this up. The shit came from Amazon, put on my head. The second time, the automatic worked as I thought it should. It was really awesome. So I'm thinking that if you want automatic to work, you got to spend $20 on some beautiful hair. All right. Well, with that in mind, we're going to pivot forward. Everyone, welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training. We are here together.
Okay,
go, Nick.
Nick, what are we doing?
Hello.
What are you doing, Nick?
Yeah, what we do some relationship stuff, and so we continue the second week of the relationship for advanced and intermediate and advanced users. Last week, I wanted to put down the fundamentals and but now we're going to start talking about the real stuff.
Yep, looks good to me. Yep.
Okay. So it's incredible how tiny is the zone. This area that I'm sharing is like on the very far left of the screen. I have this giant screen, 49-inch screen so relationship. So last week we talked about the Boolean, talk about tags, we talk about many things. So I don't know if those webinars are online yet. Did we finish the edit, Margaret, on those, or they're still on the pipe?
I think they're still. I don't think they're still. I think they're still in editing.
So pretty soon you'll be able to get there back there. So today we start talking about how to organize those relationships. Okay, so because relationship, if you don't know how to organize your stuff, you're screwed completely. Okay, so when I say organize the relationship, is that you need to learn how to use the anchor buoy relationship style. Okay, anchor buoy. So what is this? In FileMaker, we have two ways to organize relationship. Okay, the first is this one. I'm here connected to the contact, and then from contact, I'm connected to region, and then I'm connected to account again. And this style of relationship, we call that spider web. It's a spider web relationship. Okay, this is how we call. And even if you want, you can even continue and have other things connected if you want. You can have things like this. You can have many connections like this for cascading connection like this, right? So this is okay. This is how FileMaker intended the relationship to work. But it came to the developers, and with the years, and the solution they're getting bigger and bigger and more complex. And then we came with another way to organize relationship instead of doing this. Okay, so the anchor buoy relationship. So let's cancel this. I have an example of an anchor buoy relationship here, right? So I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is anchor buoy relationship. Okay, so let's make. So you have. So why we call that anchor buoy? Okay, we call that way because you start from one occurrence from one table, right? Table occurrence. Remember that terminology? We start from one table occurrence, and then we have a bunch of relationship going to different tables from that table. Okay. Same here. We start from one table, right? And then we have a bunch of relationship like this. Then we, for example, here I have contacts. As you can see, I have a bunch of relationship for contacts, right? I have quite some, right? They're connected to one to the from contact, and then I'm getting connected to other table. And sometime I said sometime for very few reason, you can go a second level, but there's rule for that. Okay. And I'm going to show you that later in the webinar. I'm going to explain that, right? So you come from one context. This is how it's called. We call that way from one context, so the context is contact, right? And then you go to different tables, right? Like for example, here, I'm going to the cross-reference table. Here, I'm going to parcel. Here, I'm going to site. Here, I'm going to bulk import, so, and here I'm going to parcel. So you can go from contacts to parcel using a field and another field and another field. So all of those are different relationship, right? So here I'm connected with those fields, right? And here I'm going to the same table, but with another relationship, right? With different fields. So you can go to one table to another using different relationships, right? So this is what we call anchor buoy. Okay. This here, it's a big mess that the guy had. This is a spider web. They still have some spider web relationship here, but mostly they move this to our anchor buoy relationship map. This here, this is how we call that a relationship map, right? And we use anchor buoy schema. Okay, this is the terminology, anchor buoy schema. So let's say here I have, in this one, I have here a spider web schema, and I want to move that. I want to go away from spider web. Okay. So here I am in accounts. From accounts, I have a relationship where I get a poll out of this relationship based on multiple field here, right? This relationship here, right? So this is all the relationship I have. This is okay, but this second level here, I don't like it, right? I don't like neither this one and neither this one. So this one here, I was using it, right, to get into that table. So here is the contact. So here I'm in contact, right? And here I'm in accounts. But from contacts, I want to get connected to accounts, but not with this relationship. I want a different relationship. So from contact to account using a different relationship. So how I can do that? I want to cut this, right? I want to cut that tie, right? And make an anchor buoy relationship for this. Here, I have an anchor buoy relationship. I have my anchor and my buoy. Okay. This is okay. This one, I'm going to keep it. But this one here, I want to make it an anchor buoy relationship. So this relationship that I had before, it was this and this, right? How I can make it an anchor buoy? So I'm going to create an occurrence, okay, a table of occurrence starting from contacts, right? And here I'm going to rename this. So each anchor buoy world, you know, you need to put a number. So you put a number, you are going to numberize all your anchor buoy. So for example, if I have to numberize this one, I will call this one TO4, right? Table of 4, right? Table of occurrence of 4 accounts with capital characters. This is my anchor from accounts. So from the account world, this is where it starts. And this one, I'm going to name it TO4A, right? It's the first of many relationships that I will create in the future, right? So the first, I call it TO4A. And the second one, I'm going to call it TO4B, C, D. And when you arrive at Z, well, you start naming AA, AB, AC, right? And then when you arrive at AZ, right? Right? Well, you stop naming BA, BB, BC. You understand? So you have unlimited possibility of creating related relationship to that anchor. Okay? So let's name this one TO4A, starting from accounts, going to contacts, double pipe, and then what is the connection with this table, right? Well, the connection is multiple. I have multiple, right? So in the name, I'm going to put the most relevant, the most important here, which is account ID. So you're going to name it IDF accounts, and you put this character here, right? So what it means? It means that this relationship TO4A starts from accounts, goes to contact using IDF account fields and others. I have many. If you have a relationship with only one field, one predicate, you don't put this. But here I want to say, yeah, the main field is IDF accounts, but I have many others. Okay? I have many others. So now when you read this, you know what this means. I start from accounts, I go to contacts using IDF accounts and others. Okay? So this is the best way to name your table of occurrence. And I'm going to show you why in the future, while I'm going to put more relationship here, and you will understand why this is awesome, because you will be able to read and to pick and choose relationship much easier. Okay? So before we go to the question, I want to continue a little bit. And I want to make these two an anchor. So I created my anchor here from contacts. So I'm going to create another anchor from account, sorry. Now I'm going to create another anchor from contacts. I'm going to name it TO5 contacts. Oops. Okay. So now I have another anchor buoy system separated than this one, starting from contacts, This one start from accounts. This one start from contacts. Well, I'm going to sever this relationship, move this here, right? And I'm going to rename this one. So what this do? Okay. TO5, this is I am in the TO5 world. This one is the TO4 world. I am in the TO5 world. So TO5A, which is the first. So I'm starting from contacts, right? And I'm going to accounts. Double pipe, and I'm using ID accounts as fields, okay? And I have only one here. So I'm terminating this with a pipe, right? And that's it. I don't put this character here because I will have only one field, okay? As a relationship. So the relationship is from here to here. So how you read this? I'm starting from contacts. I'm going to accounts using ID accounts. Okay. So now I have my relationship done with an anchor buoy schema. Let's do this one now. Okay. Let's do this one. I want to sever this. And this will be, so I have a technique for you. It's the same, right? So I copy this, I paste it here. Oh, yeah. I replace this by regions, and this is B, right? And the fields, I'm going to use the region, okay? That's the fields. So I'm going there, region, region. So now here I have two buoy. I have TO5 and TO5A and TO5B. I have two. As you can see, before my relationship were somewhere here tied to this one at the second level, which is bad. Now is tied, is related to contact like it was before here, but now is straightforward from contact to region. So now that I have this, okay, those two relationships were used in some relookup in the contact table, right? So I had these two because in the contact table, I was using that in some relookup. That means I was in contacts, and based on the ID of the account, I was getting some stuff here. Of course, when I severed the relationship here, I destroyed the relationship and I had to do it again. But now I will show you how easy it is to read. I'm starting from TO5. This is a starting table, okay? Which table, right? And where relationship I want to use to get data from that throughout this relationship, right? So here I want to get the account name of a related account to that contact using the ID of the account, I want the name coming here from the, if here I have an ID, I want the name to come in the table, right? So I'm choosing this relationship because now it's easy to understand. I am from contact. I want to go to accounts using the ID account as a relationship. And then I want to get the account name from the account table, right? So now I might have the same for the region, right? So I am in the contact table, and based on the region, right? I mean, based on the country. Actually, it was on the country, not on the base. It wasn't on the this here. It was based on the country. So here, when I was putting the country, so I changed the relationship here because I made a mistake. It wasn't from region to region. It was from country to country. So doing this, don't forget to rename your relationship and say, no, 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 no. I'm using country inside this relationship. So now you know why the name is important, because now I can go here and say, okay, my lookup start from TO5 contacts, going to the region, using the country of that contact as relationship, and then I want the region. Okay? So now, the best part of it, it's that I don't need this here. I don't need to be here. I don't need to be here to get this updated. I don't need to be physically here. I don't need to be physically there to get that working. If the field here gets updated from anywhere in any relationship, this will work. So demonstration. I am in account here, right? So here, I'm in here. Yeah, but this is, unfortunately, I need to readdress this because, okay, before we go forward, do we have any questions?
Not at the moment. If you got
Not
any
at the moment.
questions, comments, concerns, people, let me know. But I think
Everybody's getting everything?
any concerns? I'm gonna let people like sit here and process and type for a second. You following? Not following? Da 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 da. Someone's typing. I definitely need to get Jeopardy music one of these days, so I can play it when we have our people having questions, inquiries. Perhaps you should keep going, and I'll catch the questions and let you know when I see them. Yeah.
So here's something unexpected happened, well, because I reused that relationship from here. You remember I severed the, and now I'm there, I am this one. I want this layout, to point to a different relationship, which is the same table. Remember, this is table, and here the occurrence, this goes to contact, and this goes to contact as well. But this layout point to this one, and I don't want that. I want this layout to point to this one. So how you do this? Okay. You go here, you edit the layouts setup here, the stencil here, you click here, or you go layouts, layout setup. which is the same thing, right? Click here. And you change this. You say, I want this to point to 05. And of course, you rename this, right? So I'm going to change the relationship. I'm not changing the table. I'm just changing the relationship, correct? Well, so now everything works, but not really well, okay? If I do this, because those fields here, right, are not from the same table. So I need to redirect those fields, right? So I'm going here and I said I want to go there, right? Now, I have a plugin installed at MBS, the npm plugin. So I just moved that field from this relationship here to this one. So MBS understood that I just did that, right? So he put here a direct access to the previous selected occurrence, which was TO5. So I just have to click here and then OK. Click here, OK. Click here, OK. So that when you have MBS, is very cool because you can do this. Otherwise, I will have to do that, right? And to do that again, okay? In the menu, I will have to go and go there, right? See? But thanks to MBS, I just click here, okay? So pretty much, I rearrange my layout now, okay? But this here was a relationship to show me all the accounts related to that contact. And I want to reproduce this because now the relationship I had here is broken. I mean, this one is no longer attached to this one, right? It was before because I was there. So before I could get here, but now I'm here and I have no access to this one because I don't have a connection. And I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. If you do this, it's terrible. I don't want this. I don't want to make this connect to this. No, this is terrible. You don't never ever connect two words together. Never ever. What you do instead, I'm here. I want to go there, right? Using the ID. Well, I have it. It's there. I made it. So I'm going to use this one instead, right? So I'm going here and I want to show this one, right? And I change this field as well using the same relationship. Boom. So I transfer relationship from one block to another's, right? Using the anchor buoy technique. So now I'm clean. I don't have interconnection together, etc. So do we have questions?
I'm curious about the color scheme in the large anchor buoy diagram on the buoys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
What do you mean? You want to see the, oh, why I have a color scheme?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you. Doesn't matter the color, pick the, but it's just to identify, let's hide this. It's just to identify them different. Okay, because when you're there, when you have a lot of relationship, when you have a lot of worlds, it's just to make to make a visual separation between one word to another, but there's no scheme here. Put whatever color you want. You can double click and change the color if you want. I don't care. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you need a different color to make them appear differently, right? Right. So, but I don't really use color like this. I use sometime, okay, for the world, I don't care about the color. It's just to make them appear differently, to make a difference between this and this and this and this, to make them visual different. Okay, correct? Sometime while you are in development, while you are building something, right? You can use a color scheme to help you identify where you work. For example, sometimes, I put red here, red, is because this is where I am in. I'm currently working on something, and those relationships are involved in what I'm doing. Okay? When I'm done, well, I just remove the color and put the default, which is this one. Right? When you're done, just put the default. Right? Because it's just when you work or when you want to help you identify a relationship. Let's say mostly is when I said, okay, when I'm green, when I'm red is because I'm working there. Okay. Here, for example, I remember why I did that, because the customer asked me to move from this mess, right? He asked me to move from this mess and to reconnect differently all the relationship in an anchor buoy manner. So everything I moved, I said, okay, I put green to identify the one I was moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much now is no longer necessary this, okay? So you can do pretty much what you want. You can use the color the way you want, but there's no really, that doesn't matter. And why it doesn't matter is because, unfortunately, FileMaker didn't do the good job here, right? Is because it could have been great, right? If I could see the color while picking a relationship, in the menu. Like I'm going to, when, I'm validating this. Like, for example, when I pick a relationship, let's say here, when I pick a relationship, I would be able, if I could see the color here, but I don't. There's no way here in this menu to see the colors, right? Or in this one here, in this layout here. Hold on a second. When you have many here, hold on, it's coming. Okay. So when you have many, I'm going to, this is a related, it's a related file, so it takes some time to pick it. Okay. Taking some time. So, okay. So here, I have no way to see the colors, right? So it's not useful. The colors, unfortunately, are visible only in the map. So that's why I don't see any interest to have colors here, other than helping you in your organization. But you won't get anything else from this. It's a pity, but
Nope,
this
that
is what.
makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah. Do we have any questions?
Nope, just people saying that they're following and that it makes sense for the moment. So,
Okay. So now that I have the anchor buoy stuff here, because the anchor buoy is important. we can play with this, okay? So I can get thing updated from one table to another, okay? So for example, remember here, oh, sorry, I did a mistake again. So I need to unshare. Ah,
The
it's a
adventures.
new, it's a new, hello? Hello,
I
hello?
hear you.
Yeah. Hold on.
Your sharing screen isn't fixed yet, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's a mess. Sorry for that. So I need to put that here again and here again. Yeah, it's because when I move the you know, the zooms zone, the area that it takes all the screen like this. It's a big, you know, anyway.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense. Okay.
yeah, it's okay. You know, I won't move it. Remember that in the contact here, if I change the country, it changed the region. For example, if I say Italy, it's stay in Europe. But if I say, I don't know, which country, um, USA, okay? Why is not changing the region? It should change the region. Hold on. Region. Yeah. So by the country, if I change the country, it should change the region. Hold on. Country, country. Well, country. So let's see. Where is my region stuff here? Oh, I don't have USA, that's why. So let's add USA, okay? And this is Northern, oh, United States. Okay, sorry. It's the United States. Okay, delete. Okay. So I need to type United States. Okay. If I type United States here, it changed, right? I changed the region. If I put back, you know, Italy, for example, boom, Europe, it changed, right? Based on that list. Remember, I have my list of countries with the region, right? But here is because I am in that context, TO5 contact. I'm here and I pick the region with this relationship. Okay. So what happened if I'm here? So let's put the region here. Country. I don't need that for now. Let's put the region. So here I'm the region here. So what happened if I do here? I'm here. I am in this hole here. TO4A. I'm here. How the hell changing something here, it will get something from here since it's not related, right? They are not related. From here, I have no tie from here to here at all, okay? So if I'm going here and I'm changing this to Italy, it changed to Europe, right? If I put like United States, boom, Northern America. It changed, even though I am here in TO4A. Why? It's because it doesn't matter. This relationship here, the TO4A, this table here, right? I am related to contacts, okay? But here, I am related to contact as well. And from that context, I have a relationship to region that works with country. So even if I'm here in this portal, I'm editing the record in that table. So I'm editing a record that is on the contact table. So if I change this to France, from that relationship, I have access to the record. I have access to the contact table. So I am updating, I'm changing, editing a field in a contact table. And then here, boom, this relationship will take place. So that's why relationships sometimes can be slow. You understand why, okay? It's not because you don't have a relationship to region here between those two that you cannot get things updated from another context, correct? So changing a field in the contact table from that relationship, if one relationship in this world worked, well, if it's valid, if the field I'm changing here, I'm editing here, and put a valid data in the field that will make one of those relationships working, boom, FileMaker will do it without a direct connection. You don't need a direct connection to another table. If you here I have from contact to region, that's all what I need. If I have many relationship going to contact and I'm editing a field that gets one of those relationship valid, boom, they work. Okay, so did you guys know that?
You guys following? Tracking? Did you know that? Not know that? People are typing. Yes, no, maybe so. Did you learn it from Nick at an earlier point in time? It's Monday, so people are tired.
They recover from the weekend.
I know. Weekends
You know,
must have been
that we say,
wild.
you know, that the French people, they say that you have people working at the state worker in France,
Mm-hmm.
they need 3 days to recover from the weekend and another 3 days to get ready for the weekend.
That's
So pretty much
so
they would.
the
Okay.
entire week. So yeah, some people are saying that they knew about this, some people are saying they didn't. So
Yeah, it's important to know that because everything hinges there from now on. Okay. So if since you guys get that, we can follow. Now, remember I told you about the tag system? Okay. The tag is 10, right? And why this is important to know, right? It's important to get to know that, I mean, to use that in your relationship much more than relying on names, region, countries, whatever, right? For example, here, I have my region here. I mean, this is not region, this is countries. Okay, countries. Okay, this is country, right? So I'm going to rename this. Okay, these are the list of countries. Okay, and I want my own world for country. I want this table. I want my own world for countries. Here, I'm pointing to this relationship here. I want my own world. Okay. So I'm going here And I'm going to rename this table countries. Change the name. Of course, I change the name here too, because now I'm going to country here, right? So I need to, to contact, I'm going to contact to country. So this is no longer region, this is country. Okay, so you need to keep updated. You need to keep your name updated. So yeah, I understand this is a pain, but you need to. I wish, again, FileMaker, I wish FileMaker could get those naming stuff here automatically. Like you select, you pick this, and you pick this, and you pick this. Well, automatically those came named. But unfortunately, I can't. You need to do that. What's the name? You need to do that country manually. Okay, so now I want to create my own world for countries. So I select this and I call this T100. So yeah, I have this way of, I have my T0 something, 01, 02, 03, 04, the main tables. And then I have accessory secondary tables like country, like a preference, like system, like whatever. I put that in the hundreds. And then I have less importance table. I put that in the 200s, right? So this is my way. Do whatever you want here, okay? So at T100, so T100 like this, right? So I'm going to countries. So I have my world, right? I have my world. And I can point this layout to my world. So now I will have this table here. Of course, everything cut, doesn't matter. I want this. Okay, so I'm back. So now I have my own world. And now I want to do the same for this here, for the regions. Okay, let me explain. In a relationship, right? In FileMaker, you need to have table for pretty much everything. Put table for everything. Your countries, well, you have a table with all the countries. From regions, you have the table for all the regions. And you're going to connect everything with IDs. You don't connect with country names. You don't connect with regions. You connect with IDs. So let's show you. Let me show you this. You see here, every country has an ID. Okay? Every country has a unique ID. I want to do the same for regions, but I don't have a region table. So I'm going to create one, right? So I have a technique here. You can duplicate. So how to duplicate a table for it? Because here, there's no duplicate button. Don't ask me why, ask FileMaker why. So how I can duplicate that table? Because I want those the same. I want the same, but I'm going to change the name, but everything's the same. So you copy and paste. That duplicate the table. Duplicate the table structure, but doesn't duplicate the data. Correct? That means doing this, just what I just did. I select this. I want to duplicate it. I don't have a duplicate button, but I can copy and paste. As you can see here, I have 3 fields, same fields, everything the same, right? But 0 record. Duplicating a table doesn't duplicate the data you have in the table, just the structure. So I'm going to name that regions. Okay, change the name. And here, I'm going to rename this. And I'm going to remove this, I don't care. So now I have my regions, okay? Let me change that apex ugly. So, oops. My region table is empty. So I want to fill these regions with the region I have here. Remember the technique I use, right? You remember? You want me to show you again how to transform this into record here? Well, I have a value list that do that for me. I don't? No, I don't. Okay. So I'm going to create a new value list named regions. And I'm going to countries. Where's country? Don't say it. T200. Yeah. And I want all the region I have in countries. All the region I have. So now I have this value list that do that for me. Right? If I go there, value list item. Remember this? Here I don't care. And the name of the value list is regions. I have all my regions. Okay? Easy. All my regions. They're all here. So I'm here. I have a script, I did it, right? So I can duplicate that script and say, this is list of regions from the value list item regions, right? And I'm setting the fields in the T100 countries. No, in where is my table regions? My regions, okay, regions. I'm setting that field with list of. So another good benefit of MVS is that I set up 2 variables here. I set variable, right? So here I can go in the calculation, I type dollar, and I get a list of the 2 variable I created. Right? Boom. Can select it. If I create another one, if I go there, dollar, I have test. If you create a global, a global variable, well, dollar, global, right? So you put global, you put dollar, you have all of them, including the dollar. If you put a second dollar, you filter more, and you have only the global one. Good thing, let's say I'm setting up 2 variables, var1 and var2. I'm setting that after this. that means they are not available at that point in the script. Those two doesn't exist yet. So if I'm going here, I don't have var1, var2 because they are not available to me yet. At line 8, I didn't set up those. If I go there and I say $, I have var1, var2, and all of them because, yeah, at that point on line 15, yes, those are valid. Other big benefits of MBS. I'm doing a little bit of advertisement for MBS because, yeah, it's true. It's it's helped me a lot. Let's say I'm picking var2 here, right? I pick var2, which is available to me, but let's say I'm debugging my script and and I do this, right? Well, normally it should tell me that there's a problem here. Of course, it won't work. Anyway, if you have something wrong, let's say I'm doing var3 here. Why is not saying? It should say, oh, it should say I have a problem here because this doesn't exist. Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe the plugin. I need to update my plugin those because the plugin here. Do I have this? Oh, it wasn't. Yeah. Okay. So here I have a problem. Okay. See the problem, right? So here I was using list of country, and list of country, it became list of region. So everything, this doesn't work. I have a bug here. Here doesn't work. You see, it tells you list of country doesn't exist, not found, because I changed this to list of countries, right? If I put back to list of countries, boom, fixed. But I changed this to list of region, right? Poof. It tells me there's a problem. So let's fix that problem. You remember, I told you I can do this, right? It's a region. So I can just double click here and change this and change this and fix the problem. You see, I have a problem. So now here, so let's say I'm putting var2 here, okay? And I'm putting that here. It still doesn't tell me why. Okay, normally it should have told me that's something wrong. And but anyway, so this has normally it should say wrong. Maybe the same. Okay, never mind. So this is a good MBS is good. I have to admit I was anti plugin before, but I have to admit that I cannot work without MBS anymore.
Same.
Especially for that viable business here. I don't understand why he said loop. I don't know. I clicked everything, so is there. But there's menu update. This is the latest FileMaker 21, so maybe I need to, since May 6th, maybe I have a new one. I don't know. So anyway, so now I can list of region. So now I can make, if I go there and I run the script, boom. Okay. Correct. So now I have a table for contact for countries, right? And a table for region. So how you build a nice, very nice relationship here, a very nice architecture, something fast, something cool, something useful, something that will help you a lot. Well, now this country, Australia, right? Or let's say Belgium, is in Europe. This country here is related to a region record, which I have an ID for that. So here now, I need IDF region. I need an ID. I need a foreign key that goes to my region, and I want to get that ID here based on the country, based on the on the region. So I want this to get there here, right? So I want to feed my ID region by the name. Okay. So remember, I have my world. I have my world. And I have my world for my region as well. So since I have my world for countries, for region, I said, okay, what do I want to do here? I want to go to the region with the region name and get the ID. Okay. Okay. Click here. I'm going to my regions. From T100A, from countries to regions, using the region, using the name, right? So region, right? And I want to get from that relationship, right? I want to get this. So there's many ways to do that. But I want to show you what I could say. I couldn't get the ID region and say relookup from the country, selecting this and then select this. I don't want to do that. Why? Is because, this relationship, I don't want to do the relookup. I want to do this another way. I want to get there. I said records replace using a calculated results, right? I am in, okay, yeah, but now I need to change this. I'll say, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. So I'm here, replace here. I am here, right? So I want to go there. Sorry. I want to go there and get this. So I'm in T100, right? I want to go to the T100A and get this. Boom. So let's check. Is that right? Is that okay? So for example, Europe is 12190, 12190. Asia is 4C48. Asia 4C48. See, it works. So now I am my countries, right? I have also an ID for the region. So I no longer rely on names. I rely on IDs, right? And now on, you want to rely on IDs. Why? Okay. Let's say I am in my contacts. Contacts, right? I have countries and I have regions. But that bad. I don't have IDs for country and I don't have IDs for region neither. And I want that to happen. Okay? But that's for tomorrow. So pretty much the goal here is to get everything with tables, IDs, right? Records, and do not rely on insane, like, for example, remember why the reason of this countries table? It was to avoid a crazy, insane calculation with if country equal Australia, Belgium, then Europe. If country equal Brazil, then Latin America. If country equal Canada, then Northern America. You don't want that. You don't want an insane calc. Remember last week? So now we go further in how to build a relationship schema by using as much as we can tables, fields, IDs in relationships. And then when I will get all this working, you will say, and you will see all what I can get out of this. You will say that is insanely great, right? Because you can get many things out of this, many things, right? But that for tomorrow, right?
Okay, cool. Yes. So,
Okay, so I'm going to send you so do we have any questions or no question whatsoever today? I'm very surprised. Or it wasn't interesting at all?
I mean, I think it was, but comments, concerns, people, are we good? We just recovering from the holiday weekend. It wasn't really a holiday, but it was Father's Day. Uh, people are typing. Oh,
Uh, be honest. I mean, it's
I know what.
or
Okay.
are you
Discord.
people are
People were asking
completely
questions, and I had a Discord issue.
because I'm saying what the hell? Everybody's sleeping.
And I was like, man, no one's typing today. What happened? Discord issue. I had a Discord issue. Okay. For people who have questions, yeah, okay.
But maybe you can collect
I'll
them and
collect
then we
them
can
and then we'll do it tomorrow. Yes.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Tomorrow we start with the questions.
okay, yeah. Sorry, everybody. Discord had a problem.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
I was saying
I was like, man, everyone's dead today. What happened?
I put everybody to sleep or whatever. I mean, because I was surprised. I said, oh, okay, yeah. But the concept, okay. This is the beginning of the juice, right? This is where it starts because you will see when you have everything with relationship, everything with tables, everything with fields and records, everything fast, and you avoid a bunch of calculation and you avoid a bunch of stuff very slow, and then you can get many things out of this, and you will see you will be surprised.
Almost. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you, Nick. Richard's calling me. So
Okay,
people are saying
so
this is
see you tomorrow.
extremely helpful and was absolutely worth watching. So I will see you all.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Yes, bye.
Bye.